Hey Cancer, welcome to the Forgiving Tarot. This is your June 2025 reading for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus signs. Do check out your placements to get a message that most resonates with you. I'm not telling you what to do. The Oracle's not telling you what to do. Ultimately, you have free will. Therefore, you make the best decision for you and those involved. If you're cross-watching or you yourself, Cancer, feel that the roles are in the reverse, please reverse them, take what applies, and leave what doesn't. It's a general reading, not a private reading, so it may resonate, may not resonate. Please be aware of that. Thank you for liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, and donating. It's greatly appreciated. For some of you, you're investing in a connection with someone. Others of you, you stopped. Maybe you're just more focused on yourself, your own security, stability. Maybe you're tired of giving, nurturing, mothering a situation. All right, Cancer. We'll see. You have Ace of Pentacles, so a new beginning in regards to finances for some. Maybe this is a potential for a new commitment. Could be reconciliation as well. Let's see. You have the Ten of Wands currently. So something here is heavy. It's a burden. Maybe you're doing a lot. Ten of Wands can represent physical labor. The challenge is the Three of Cups. Coming together, a celebration, a good time, friends. Five of Cups is why it's all happening. There is a sense of sadness, maybe a grieving. Something is becoming heavy because you feel sad about something. Or maybe there's regrets. There could be a third party involved or was involved with the Three of Cups, not necessarily. But there just seems to be a lack of good times. In the past, Two of Swords, maybe somebody was ignoring someone, lack of communication. There could have been some sort of stalemate on your mind. Want to say something with this Page of Wands. For some of you, this Page of Wands is representing living authentically in the moment. Your outcome is the Hermit, Virgo energy. It's a card of seclusion, isolation, somebody who is doing some introspection. And it is a card also of maturity, somebody who grows and is looking at the situation for what it is and makes a mature decision. The Hermit uses discernment. So let's see what's going on here. Why is this Ace of Pentacles here for Cancer? King of Swords. Could be an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra that you're dealing with. Or a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Nine of Pentacles. All right. Nine of Wands. Yeah. For some of you, you may be single. You might have options here. And they could be offering you commitment. I don't know if that's really the case, but there is, I feel like this direct focus onto something that is much more stable for you, where your heart feels at ease. For some of you, this is taking care of your health. For some of you, there is a new job opportunity, maybe, I don't know, turning something into a business. Yeah, I feel like starting something, but it's more for you. I think you're tired, you're exhausted with something. You've persevered. Why is the Ten of Wands here in the current position? The Three of Swords, the Star, Aquarius energy, and the High Priestess, Tower. So heartache, disappointment. You could be healing from that. You could be healing from that quietly. For some of you, you might be a little bit on the overworking side. Maybe you're carrying a lot, maybe to not confront certain pains. For some of you, you're healing alone. In the sense of like you're keeping that to yourself. If something is hurting you, I don't feel like you really want to express that. I don't know. For some of you, maybe you feel like, what's the point? What's the point of even expressing that? If I'm going to be carrying this pain, why show the pain? Why express the pain if nothing is really going to be done about it? Nobody's going to help me carry my load. And others of you, you're finding a healing process to be difficult. I also feel like you're persevering, you're carrying on. For some of you, showing the strength that you thought you didn't have, showing that to yourself. Why is the Three of Cups here? Justice, Libra energy. Nine of Swords, Page of Swords. Taurus energy with the Hierophant at the bottom. I feel like this is about balancing things out, making things right, but there is some sort of stress and anxiety tied to this. And with this Page of Swords, this is either wanting to say something, but maybe just watching. For some of you, you're wondering if something would come back together, if it will align, if it will fix itself, if it will become right this time around, but it's causing some sort of stress. Why is the Five of Cups here? Moon, Pisces energy, the Nine of Cups, Three of Wands, Seven of Wands at the bottom. For some of you, you were tired of waiting for someone to tell you what they wanted, for them to show you that you were wanted. Others of you, there's a sense of dissatisfaction with something that you originally wanted. For some of you, you're kind of just like waiting. When am I going to be happy again? This healing process is taking forever. This getting over this thing is taking forever. Or this, even if it's not like getting over something, it's just moving past that energy. Why is the Two of Swords in the past? Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Five of Wands. Slowly but surely, with this Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands is the new beginning. Something that sparks, brings passion. And then Five of Wands, conflict, arguments, drama, disagreements. For some of you, you've stepped away from that. You don't want to deal with that with the Two of Swords, ignoring that. I also feel like a sense of mentally trying to block yourself from some sort of drama that keeps constantly being created when what you want is a sense of stability and security. Someone could disagree with what it is that you want, or vice versa. What's the Page of Wands? Six of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Judgment. So you're looking for this new beginning where your heart is open, where you feel healed, a new beginning in regards to love, to what really tugs at your heartstrings. You want something that's fair, that's balanced. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with another person, but it would be nice with the Six of Pentacles. Why is the Hermit your outcome? Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, Two of Pentacles, Four of Swords. I think what you're looking at here, Cancer, is where do I feel secure? What can I nurture in my life where it brings this sense of peace? Because things are just all over the place. There's probably too much going on, or you have too much going on. There might just be too many ups and downs. With this Four of Swords, this is, I just want to heal. I want to take a break. I don't want to deal with any of this. I want to look at the situation. I want to grow from this, and I want to make better decisions moving forward for you. There's a heavy look within yourself, like, what about me? I am taking care of me. Six of Cups, the Chariot, that's you. And the World card. You're closing off a cycle of things of the past. I feel like you're nurturing, excuse me, this inner child. And moving forward with things that maybe you wanted to accomplish before. Maybe there is getting in touch with your inner child and healing that. And I don't know, maybe as a kid you wanted to learn how to skateboard, and now you're doing that. Just to get back in touch with that side of yourself where it makes you feel like you've accomplished something, like kind of helping your inner child feel like they've also accomplished something, like they're getting something done. I don't know, for some of you, maybe you grew up in an environment where there was constant, no, you can't do this, no, you can't do that. You have to do what I tell you, and this is what you have to accomplish. And you're just getting back into, well, what does Cancer want? And sometimes when we don't know what we want now as adults, it does help to go back. What did you want as a child? And do that so that it, brings a sense of completion within, which also opens the doors to other things. For some of you, you might be traveling. You have the Death, Six of Wands, the Hanged Man. So you have Scorpio energy here. Pisces with the Hanged Man. You still feel stuck and trapped because of the pain. For some of you, something here ended, but there's still this limbo, this lingering. What is this Knight of Cups? Good news. Maybe something that you want happens. Good news. could be something that helps you feel secure, that helps you heal, or maybe even gain clarity. Somebody could say something. For some of you, you don't see something as a blessing in disguise. Something is actually prompting you to regain that spark, that confidence, that, looking at yourself in the mirror and being like, that's one hot bitch kind of thing. Sorry for the language. You could have some sort of comeback around where there is a reconciliation. So that's up to you whether or not you want that. I do feel that the focus here is, if for such a long time you've been giving so much for another and for others, it's really a hard look to be like, well, what about me? How can I do for me the same that I do for others? Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise invitation, meeting, and hesitation. Girl with a snake, empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable, and boundaries. Well, I feel like something here happens that either comes as a surprise, a shock. I feel like it does make you feel good. But don't just use discernment. Okay, just use discernment with that what's his face, the Hermit. Okay, let's take out your oracle card for advice and clarity. In the short section, hello, woman of peace. In the short section, I'm going to read the description. So I'm going to read the story of the two cards that come out. But in the short section, I will read the description and the little personal inquiry it has. Usually these cards are pretty fantastic for advice and clarity. All right, Cancer. Facade and service. Okay. The bronze boy, Darnell, was young when his father died, and he became the man of the family. Out for a walk one day many years later, he was mesmerized by the sight of children playing. As a child, he never played, and he hid behind a tree, crying bitterly, then quickly buried his emotions. At the very end of his life, on his way to heaven, he stopped at the park to finally reclaim the inner child. This card is about recovery, integration, and play. So it's interesting that I was talking about reclaiming that inner child, taking care of that inner child within you. Cancer, you nurture everybody. You take care of everyone. How do you do that for the younger version of you? So the younger version of you that needed that younger version of you that was attached to this energy of nurturing, of mothering, of almost being engulfed in that. How do you give that to yourself now? If you had a child, but that child is you, how would you take care of that child? There was something here also that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, that's what it was. When I was reading, I was getting this sense of having Earth. You might have Earth in your chart, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. I would say see where that is. See where that is. That might if you're into astrology, that might help as well. Like looking at what house your earth sign is in. So let's say you have like a Capricorn moon or whatever, check the house that it's in. And there might be something there where you might want to focus on elements of that house or what that house represents. Anyway, what else? I wanted to say something else. I also feel like now is the time to also look at the things that you value, the things that bring value, the things that also bring monetary value into your life. There might be also a focus on that. And your mental health, I want to say. For some of you, also getting more in tune with spirituality, and that might also help to the healing process. All right, let's move on to the next card, which is service. Honey Adams loved her 3 children very much and had a rewarding life, family life, though sometimes she regretted never finding a career outside the home. At the end of her life, she realizes that this failure, quote unquote, was not a failure at all. She achieved something more important, passing on a legacy of service to her daughter, Franny. Being a mother is a great accomplishment. This card is about compassion, loyalty, and strength. I attract to you whatever you desire if you give up your desire. Which makes sense. If you're not constantly focused on, I don't have, I want that, I want that, I want that. Once you give up the I want, it'll come to you. Which that's what faith is all about. It's having faith that your higher self, the universe, God, angels, whatever label you want to put, knows who you are. You know who you are. You know what you want. When you say, this is what I want, and that's it, and you leave it like that, it comes in. The issue is when we're like, well, it's not here, or, oh, is it coming? Oh, is anyone listening? Is the lack of faith. Anyway, something here about reclaiming your inner child, Cancer. Yeah, for some of you, you're also needing to go on a vacation, spend some time away from things that are really burdening you. All right, if you resonated, let me know down in the comments down below. Be sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thanks.